Hello, viewers. We'll be talking about match preview between Tottenham versus Arsenal. It's tomorrow. It's Super Sunday. Arsenal need to do well tomorrow because Manchester City won today at Etihad. So we'll be talking about both teams' form, both players, and all that. Today we may have Big Demi. Big Demi is a huge platform. He has a huge platform on TikTok. All things Arsenal. Big Demi, over to you. What's your thought about tomorrow games against Spurs? I know you're an Arsenal fan. What's your prediction? You know, City has won today, and there's pressure because Arsenal is now leading with 2 points, 58 points. Arsenal, 56 points. Man City. What's your take?
Well, it shows that 10 points can become 2 points, and projected 11 points can vanish any moment in football if you don't take chances. That is where we find ourselves right now. At a point in time, we're looking at going 9 points clear ahead of Manchester City. And at a point in time, we're looking at going, I think, 11 points clear. But today, it's just the reality. What we are facing right now is 2 points. Well, I think we need to go to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to make a big statement that we are not ready to bottle it this season. A win for us tomorrow at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, away from home, it will give the players, it will give the fan base, it will give the manager and the coaching crew huge belief going into the rest 10 games of the season. Football sometimes is a game of belief, and when you take your moments, you can turn around your season at any point in time. Looking at the game between Manchester City and Liverpool at Anfield Stadium, Liverpool, they were on top. They were leading 1-0 up until the 90th minute when Manchester City turned it around, right? And that win against Liverpool gave Manchester City the belief they have today. And it has poured them on to win their 2 last games. Here they are today in contention to turn their season around to to win the EPL title. Going away to our London rivals, not London rivals tomorrow, we should be looking for nothing less than 3 points. So I don't know how they want to do it, but I believe there should have been an injury crisis talk within the team, within the coaching crew, and the leadership group of the team. So I don't expect anything less than 3 points.
Okay, we'll discuss. Let me discuss about the form of both teams. I think on January 24th, Tottenham played Burnley away. It was a 2-2 draw. Then after that, I think in February 4th, Tottenham played Man City at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It was 2-2 draw, though Man City was leading 2-0 at the first half. And also February 7th, Tottenham Hotspur went away to Manchester United at Old Trafford. Manchester United won that game 2-0. And also February 10th, Spurs played Newcastle. It was Spurs at home, and Newcastle defeated them 2-1. So in the last 4 games, they draw. It's crazy. They lost 2. They lost 2 to Man U. They lost to Man U. They lost to Spurs, to Newcastle. They draw against City, and they draw against Burnley. So last 4 games, they didn't win any game. If you look at Arsenal too, Arsenal played against Sunderland, and Arsenal won 3-0. And Arsenal went away to Brentford. It was 1-1 draw. And also Arsenal played Wolves. It was 2-2 draw after Arsenal was leading 2 goals ahead. And Arsenal also played, I think they played before Sunderland. I don't know who they played. And if you look at the both of them, but Arsenal form is a little bit more better than Spurs. But now Spurs has a new manager who got Tudor. People believe that a new manager bounce can turn things around, which affected Arteta when Michael Carrick came to Emirates. What was your thought?
Well, like you rightly said, I would say the last 5 EPL games between the 2 teams, not against each other in their, we're talking about the form between the 2 teams, right? Last 5 games, Arsenal has won 2, drew 2, and lost 1. The only one we lost was against Manchester United at home, 3-2. And Spurs they drew 2, they lost 3. Based on form, they are not, they are not there based on form. If we're going to judge based on form, like I said, Arsenal should be on top, and Arsenal should be looking to excel in the fixtures tomorrow. Though we have to give it, we have to show workings. We need to make we show workings tomorrow, anyways. I know these are just pre-analysis of the game, right? So we need to go there with intent. We need to go with intention that yes, we want it more than them, and that way we can assure that okay, our performance can bring us the 3 points that we're looking for, And Tottenham Hotspur, I know they just hired Hugo Tudor that will be with them from now to the end of the season, and it's okay that we should be looking forward to seeing new manager bounce. But I can also tell you that not all the time new manager bounce happens in a team. It depends on the players that you have. And currently, at Tottenham Hotspur, they have about 11 players out injured right now that are in doubt for the game tomorrow. And one of their key players to the squad, in person of Christian Romero, got his matching order in their last game, so he won't be playing in that fixture. So I
I got a
understand
record.
when we talk about new manager bounce, it depends on the players that he meets on ground. So at it being that he has all these 11 players that were out injured, we should be looking to go into that fixtures and expecting that new manager bounce. Yes, new manager bounce we know, but if the players are not there for him to show those new manager bounce, there's nothing they can do. And I believe, I know Arsenal has been struggling of recent, but if want to go by comparison, I will still pick Arsenal ahead of Tottenham Hotspur. New manager bounce came in at Chelsea. The guy played Liam Rossini, faced Arteta twice, and he couldn't even win in the Carabao Cup semi-final. So I will still say, though we will be expecting it, maybe their crowd and all of that, it will lift the stadium, but I don't think we should be faced with, we should even panic going into that fixtures. The players should know what they should be expecting.
Yeah, and also let's look at injuries. Spurs has a lot of injuries. They have Richarlison, which are the hamstring, Mohamed Kudus, Kevin Donso, Destiny Nduge, so many injury. Poro, Ben Davies, Kulusevski, Madison has been out for a long time, and they have a suspension to Cristiano Romero. We also look at Arsenal. Mikel Merino. Mikel Merino was available, I believe. Brentford and Wolves. That midfield will be solid, but he has a broken foot. We have Max Stone, the kid, has ankle injury. Kai Havertz is expected to play tomorrow. I don't know what the latest news is, but he's expected to play. I believe it was Arsenal play with Kai Havertz, the 4-2-3-1 formation. Expect Arsenal to win convincingly. Otudo is expecting, I think was saying that he might try to play 3 defense. I know I thought I always do.
I think that's what he plays, 3 defense. 4-3 or 3-5-2, whatever.
Yeah. So that means that our wingers have to be sharp and everything. What's your take about the injury crisis in Spurs and Arsenal a little bit? What do you think?
Well, nothing concerns me about Spurs with their injuries. Like people will say, injury is not an excuse, Well, so none of their fans should even bother themselves talking about the injury crisis they have. Arsenal, for one, we have been a team that has been rocked by injuries in recent years, and we have been managing ourselves, and we are still top of the league. So even without injuries, in the past, how many games against Tottenham Hotspur, like our last 5 games against Tottenham Hotspur, with all their players, Son and the likes, we won 4, we drew 1. We won 4, we lost nothing, and we drew 1. And if going by last 10 games between the two teams, Arsenal won 8, we drew 1, and we lost 1. So regardless of their injury or whatever, Arsenal is still on top. So, but what I care most about is our own injury. I want to see the 2 players that Mikel Arteta said they might be back this weekend, and that's Kai Havertz and Martin Odegaard. I think we need them right now, like a new signing. When they come back from injury, there's a little bit of spark that they bring to the team, and I think it's waking up some players that their position is going to be a threat. So I want to see them even if they are not starting tomorrow's game, let them just be on the bench. Let the players that are going to be starting feel the pressure that if I don't do well in like 30, 40 minutes, the coach have no option than to sub them off. So they will put in the work, go extra miles to make things happen for the team, to make things happen for themselves, and to put a smile on the fans' faces. So that's just what I can tell you about it.
Okay, so what is your prediction tomorrow?
Well, as an Arsenal fan, my prediction will be a win. And it's not just me saying a win. If you look at the last couple of games between the two teams, form between the two teams, Arsenal are on top. Like I said, 10 games, they only won once, and we won 8. And 5 games, even the last 3 games away at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, we won the 3 games. So going by that statistics and these facts, I would give Arsenal a win. Currently, our defense is a little bit shaky. I see us putting 3 goals past Tottenham Hotspur tomorrow, and maybe 1 goal to them as well. 3 goals to 1 Arsenal.
That's nice. That's nice. Don't you think Arsenal players will play under pressure after City win today?
Well, every team currently in EPL, they play under pressure. You understand? Because everything is at stake. Look at even Tottenham Hotspur, they will be under pressure, regardless they are playing on home soil. They are 16th on the table, and they need a win to take them out of that relegation zone. That was the situation they found themselves last season. If not for the fact that they won Europa League, that's why they are playing in UEFA Champions League this season. So they will be under pressure. Arsenal will be under pressure for sure. I won't say we're not going to be under pressure, but I believe the game that Manchester City won today against Newcastle should give them strong motivation to go like wounded lions against Tottenham Hotspur. And this is a stadium that we've won before in the past how many games. So I don't think that pressure will be too much, or they will think about that at all going into this game. We have big players, though we have struggled in recent weeks, but I don't see us not being able to manage that pressure tomorrow. It's an atmosphere that the players are used to. It's not like we had like players that are just coming from the academy that they've not tested or that they've not tasted such occasions. So I think we'll be good. I think only the fans will panic, but the players knows what they want to go into.
Okay, I think that'll be all for today. We just hope that Arsenal is able to grab 3 points away tomorrow, because it's very, very necessary, because 2-point lead is dicey. It's dicey. Arsenal doesn't need a draw. They need 3 points. 3 points. I hope Arsenal does not. I hope Raya defense, everybody is not panicking. They're not shaking, fidgeting, I hope so. All right. Thank you, Demi, for joining. Tomorrow, we're going to come back here and we'll talk about the post-match analysis. And thank you, viewers. Keep liking, subscribing, comment, and also follow Demi on TikTok, Otis Arsenal. Follow him. You can see the TikTok on his screen. Follow him, like, subscribe, and bye for now.
Thanks, boss.